Kevin Montgomery.
Oh, baby, we about to get us some. Look at your friend and say, you got to get you some. Everybody got to get some. Man, woman, and child.
And now, let's get ready to meet today's starting lineups for your Alcorn Braves. Leading things off, the designated player today, number 2, Carmen Bernard. Bernard is the DP. Batting second in the order today at second base, number 24, Sinai Salvan. Salvan is at second base. Batting third in the order today in left field, number 8, Yanaya Acevedo. Acevedo in left field. The cleanup hitter today for the Braves, catcher number 4, Paris Thompson. Thompson is the catcher. Batting fifth in the order today in center field, number 11, Regina McBride. McBride in center field. Batting sixth today at first base, number 3, Kiara Olson. Olson at first base. Batting seventh today at shortstop, number 7, Olivia Miller. Miller is the shortstop. Batting eighth today, the right fielder, number 23, Mariah Morgan. Morgan in right field. Rounding out the batting order for the Braves, pitcher number 18, Elena Felton.
All right, here we go. After the national anthem. The national anthem. All right, after the national anthem, we'll be coming on.
Gentlemen, remove your caps. Veterans, you may cover as we honor this nation with the playing of our national anthem.
Ten seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Coming up, we have Alcorn State University Lady Braves softball. Glad you can join us from Lady Braves Softball Complex here on the Braves Sports Network. Lady Braves still in contention for a top 4 seed. Got a lot of softball in front of them, some makeup games in the final week of the regular season, as well as the final week in the month of April, as that week is set up for midweek games, makeup games as well. Lady Braves in Jackson State. This game's been talked about for a while now. Lady Braves coming in with a record overall of 12-23, still in the hunt for a top 4 seed in the West. Jackson State 18-15. They've won back-to-back SWAC tournament championships. Charles Edmond, our producers, Jamario Brooks, Curtis Aaron, and crew here on the Braves Sports Network on YouTube and 91.7 WPRL, WPRL.org. Thania Kennedy will lead it off, the freshman hitting .316. And Lana Felton on the mound for the Lady Braves here in this midweek action. Lady Braves will take on Texas Southern right here Friday and Saturday. A doubleheader on Friday, purple and gold game on Saturday, early Saturday first pitch, and we'll have the doubleheader here on the Braves Sports Network on Friday. Weather should be fine for that. We had, as a matter of fact, we had the Grambling game the other day, which was halted in the 9th inning, and the first pitch is a strike called, and we're underway. To Thania Kennedy hitting .316 with 2 runs batted in. Here is the 0-1, and that's a strike called. 0-2 the count. Dwayne Thomas, our home plate umpire, Mario Belton at first. 4:56 start time, so a couple of minutes early. We probably expect the lights to be on. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss, and down goes Kennedy. One out. It'll bring up Soraya Keys, the freshman, hitting .391 with a home run and 6 runs batted in. Wind blowing from left to right here on this late evening start at Lady Braves Softball Complex. Here's the pitch, misses outside. Ball 1. Defensively for the Lady Braves, Paris Thompson behind the plate. Ryan Ollison at first base. Second baseman is Sanai Salvant. Shortstop Olivia Miller. 1-0 the count. Top of the first inning, just underway. Here's the 1-0. Strike call, 1-1. Miller at short. Layla Watts at third. In the outfield, Yana Acevedo, and left center fielder is Regela McBride, and in right, Mariah Morgan. Here's the 1-1, a chopper foul. 1-2 the count. The designated player is Carmen Bernard. She'll be leading it off. 1-2 the count, 1 out here on the top of the first inning. Off speed and fouls it off to the left side. Jackson State 3 games above 500. Lady Braves got a lot of softball in front of them. Texas Southern comes in. They've got at least to finish the Grambling game, and they have to finish the UAPB series. That was played in Arkansas, and that'll be played here. And they come here, 2-2 the count. So a lot of softball the last week in April, and that week there'll be no official games, but that last week is set up. Here's a ground ball, backhanded off a third, and it's going to be an infield single or an error. Let's see how they score that. It was a hot shot off of third. Base hit. A5.
The batter, third baseman, number 42, Jace Jackson.
Jace Jackson at the plate, hitting .426 with 2 home runs, 26 runs batted in. A very dangerous player at the plate. She can sail it over the yard at any point in time if you leave it over the plate. We saw that in the SWAC tournament last year. 1-0 the count, 1 on, 1 out. Runner going, pitches outside, and the throw was too late, so a stolen base for Keys. And for Keys, that's her 17th stolen base of the season. So runner at second, 1 out. Pitches inside. And the count's 3-0. They have the runner hung up, and Lady Braves cannot make the play. Runner caught between short and third. The throw to short, it was off of short. And Keys, who reached on an air, stole second, now takes third. She's there with 1 out. Here's the 3-0. Strike call, 3-1. Top of the first inning. Runner at third for Jackson State. Belton brings it home. Check swing, she went around. Count is 3-2. Braves baseball playing Ole Miss in Oxford. 3-2 the count. Baseball will be at home this weekend. Here's the 3-2. Ball 4, first and third for Jackson State.
Now batting left field with number 12, Beja Allen. Allen.
They bring up Beja Allen. There's the pitch, strike called, and now they have a stolen base at second. Now they've got to hang up at third, and the throw is dropped by the catcher. Everybody is safe. Runner to third. Jackson State with a run. Well, Lady Braves got what they wanted. The lead runner hung up between third and home. Catcher couldn't hang on to the softball. So a run is in as Keys scores. And Jackson State with the lead. And Jackson is at third. Pitch strike called. Count is 0-2. Lady Braves will host Texas Southern here. Doubleheader Friday, single game Saturday. 0-2 the count, 1-0 Jackson State. The pitch fouls off to the left side. Count remains 0-2. Baseball coming off a tough series against Mississippi Valley. Baseball team trying to make the tournament. 0-2 the count, the pitch. A ground ball to deep short. The run will score, and the throw across is there. And Jackson State with a lead of 2-0. Ground ball to short. Miller across. 6-3 RBI. And 2-0 Jackson State. Number Ties, the junior, at the plate for Jackson State. Ties hitting .371 with 2 home runs and 8 runs batted in. 2-0 Jackson State. Pitch strike called. 0-1 the count. Windy afternoon. We're on the warm side. 5 o'clock first pitch. Foul off to the right side. Count is 0-2. Bases empty. 2 runs, no hits, a couple of stolen bases, a walk and an error. A walk and the error hurt the Lady Braves in the top of the first. Here's the 0-2, misses outside, 1-2. Top of the first inning. Jackson State teams won back-to-back SWAC tournament championships. Here's the 1-2. It's inside, or the hitter. Ties hit by the pitch. It'll bring up the first baseman.
First baseman, number 11,
Nikayla Williams, the freshman.
Number 11.
356, her average with 7 runs batted in. Jackson State with a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning.
Need one, defense, need one. 1-2.
Pitch strike called and a stolen base
All right, let's get the bat. Let's get the out.
for Ties. Well, Jackson State with 3 stolen bases in the first inning, using their speed. There's a pitch swing and a miss. On tip, catcher held it, 0-2 the count.
Get it back, Paul. We're going to batter.
Well, the Lady Braves had a 9-2 lead in their last game against Grambling. It was a 10-10 game. That game will have to be resumed. Here's the next pitch. It's a wild pitch, runner to third. So Ties hit by a pitch, stole second. Wild pitch puts her at third.
All right, we can do it. We can do it. We get a 1-8.
Count is 1-2. Top of the first inning. Lady Braves here at home trail 2-0. Here's the 1-2. Called, third strike. Side is retired. So Jackson State, 2 runs, no hits, error, 3 stolen bases, a walk, and 1 stranded. We'll take a break here. Lady Braves are down 2-0, and they'll take on Madison McDowell, the senior, after this timeout here on the Braves Sports Network.
Louisiana. Murder on the beat. Something for y'all to cut up to, you know? How y'all do against Alabama State? Yeah. Everybody get your roll on. I know shorty and she doesn't want no slow song. Had a man last year, life goes on. Haven't let that thing loose, girl, in so long. You been inside, know you like to lay low. I've been peeping what you bringing to the table. Working hard, girl, everything.
Carmen Bernard will lead it off for the Lady Braves. Sinai Salvat will hit second. Yanaya Acevedo will hit third for the Lady Braves, followed by Paris Thompson. Or Jayla McBride will hit fifth. Tyra Allison will hit sixth, followed by Olivia Miller. Mariah Morgan will hit eighth, followed by Alana Felton. That's the lineup. Here's the pitch, and this is inside. Ball one from Madison McDowell, the senior, 3-2. Her fourth start, 1-0 the count. Bottom of the first inning, Lady Braves didn't give up a hit, but the walks, the stolen bases, and the air hurt. Here's the pitch, strike called, 1-1. Lady Braves come in 1-11 in the conference. Remember, the top four teams in the East and West qualify for the tournament. So the Lady Braves right now are 4 games out of 4th. There's a fly ball deep left field. This ball's well hit, and it's caught up against the wall. Well, it's a good running catch. Heck of a running catch out in left field by Allen. Well, that was well hit against the wind.
Second baseman, number 24, Sinai Salvant. Salvant, number 24.
Sinai Salvant, the freshman, with 8 runs batted in, hitting .259. Bases empty for the Lady Braves. This pitch strike called. Says home plate umpire Dwayne Thomas. 0-1 the count. Grambling in 5th place, 4-10, and we've got to finish a game with Grambling. UAPB 4-6, and that's the series that we really have to get, I think. Here's the pitch, swing and a misfoul. Tip catcher dropped it. We have to make up games that were washed out in Pine Bluff. That'll be played here. And all that's going to be the last week of this month. There will be no softball games officially, but makeup games in that last week. There were teams last year, like Southern, had to make up a bunch of games. There's a fly ball, right fielder calls off the second baseman and hauled in by Kennedy. 2 fly ball outs, 1 to left, 1 to right, 2 out. Yana Acevedo, the freshman.
Yanaya
Acevedo hitting .356 with 3 home runs and 21 runs batted in. 2-0. Jackson State with the lead. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Glad you could join us here on the Braves Sports Network. Madison McDowell, the senior. 1-1 the count. Here's the 0-1. Trying to bunt. Bunts it straight back, and now she's in the hole, 0-2. Jackson State in second place. They're 10-3. 2 games behind Florida A&M for the number 1 seed in the Eastern Division. Right behind them is Bethune-Cookman. Here's the 0-2. Chopper in the hole to second, and the side is retired. A bang-bang play. Side is retired as Keys throws out Acevedo, a 1-2-3 inning.
At the end of 1.
Lady Braves are down 2-0. And Jackson State will have 6, 7, and 8 coming up after this timeout. 2-0 Jackson State after 1 here on the Braves Sports Network.
Girl on my swag, she loving and drinking songs like a new iPod. Just touch it and turn it on, and when the bass start beating in the I'm beating. Done I got on my way, I'm leaving. She like, where you going? I ain't got my shoes in fresh. I said it's funny with concern, and she yelled. So I walked out the door.
Leading off the top of the second for the Tigers, center fielder number 7, Courtney Little. Little, number 7.
Top of the second inning. Jackson State with a 2-0 lead. Courtney Williams will lead it off for JSU. Courtney Little, ground ball foul. Courtney Little, the sophomore, hitting .333. 2-0 Jackson State here in the second inning. I was talking with Coach Brianna Billy. I mean, she kind of likes where her team is. I mean, this pitch right in on her. And she takes first base. It's right in on her. And Jackson State with the leadoff on for the second inning in a row. The leadoff on for JSU. And those are kind of the little things that Coach Billy's been talking about, the walks and the HBPs. Those are the things that lead to runs. Now they're checking on her to make sure she's okay. I mean, that was a fastball right in on her.
Now batting for the Tigers, catcher number 22, Isabella Rivera.
So to bring up Isabella Rivera, the freshman, with a home run and 5 runs batted in. Jackson State with a 2-0 lead. Two runs on no hits. Pitch misses outside. 3 stolen bases for Jackson State. Watch this game online on the Braves Sports Network on YouTube. Jamario Brooks, our producer on the radio side. Here's the 1-0. Inside. 2-0 the count. We had a windy, cold, rainy day a few days ago when Grambling came to town. That game ended in a 10-10 score that will have to be resumed. Here's the pitch, 2-0. Strike call, 2-1. Softball has a 100% rule. All the games, if possible, have to be played. So the last week in the regular season, you're looking at perhaps Grambling. There's a pitch swing and a miss, runner going, and the throw, and he is, I think that's second. So a stolen base for Williams. So the count is 2-2. Here's a foul off to the right side. Count remains 2-2. Courtney Little with her 5th stolen base of the season. She was hit. That's the 4th stolen base for Jackson State. Count is 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch inside. Throw over a pitch stole and a strikeout. And Kevin Montgomery is unhappy about the fact that Vera struck out and at least Williams didn't challenge third.
Shortstop number 3, Alisa Gomez. Number 3.
It's Gomez, the redshirt sophomore, hitting 182 with 2 runs batted in. Time called. Had players milling around outside of the dugout. And, with the umpires, I got nothing to do with that. That's the rule. You got to be inside that rail, inside your dugout. Here's the pitch, strike call. Kevin Montgomery called me last Tuesday about this game. This game was on his mind for 8 days. And I think he made a bunch of calls on this campus about this game to make sure. I mean, he may have called the president's office about this game. Who knows? I mean, of course, Kevin Montgomery coached here. I understand that. I get it. Team playing some decent softball. 1-1 the count. Chopper back to the pitcher. The only play is to first. So runner to third. 2 away.
The batter for the Tigers, right fielder, number 8, Kennedy. Kennedy,
And bring up
number 8.
Kenya Kennedy, the freshman, who struck out her last time up. Here's the pitch, a chopper to third, and the throw is high. Safe. Pull the runner off the bag. That's the first hit for Jackson State.
The batter, second baseman, number 6, Zariah Keys. Keys, number 6.
So an infield single makes it 3-0. Pitches inside, ball 1. So Jackson with 3 runs on a hit. 3-0 JSU here in the top of the second inning. Here's the 1-0. Pitches outside. 2-0 the count. Glad you can join us. Glad you can stop by and see us for Lady Braves softball. Here's the 2-0. Strike call, runner going, and the throw across. Too late. So a stolen base for Kennedy. When Jackson State aggressive on the bases, only 1 hit so far, and the count is 2-1. It's the 4th stolen base for Jackson State. Here's the 3-1. Low. The umpire said 3-1. That must be the count now, 3-1. Strike called. Count is full, 3-2. 3-2 the count. Yep, full count, 3-2. Runner at second, 3-0 Jackson State. Here's the 3-2. Chopper foul off to the right side. We'll have a special edition of the Cedric Thomas Show coming your way Thursday at 4 o'clock. We'll be talking some Braves football. The spring game is at Jack Spinks Marino Cassim Stadium Saturday at 2 o'clock. We'll talk the spring game. We'll talk about the spring. Here's the 3-2. Ball 4. Runner to third, and she takes it. And now the runner to second, and everybody is safe. And time is called. I mean, there's just has to be more field awareness here. Jackson State just taking bases. And that takes us to a quick timeout here. 3-0 Jackson State. We'll take a quick break here on the Braves Sports Network.
Batter number 42, Chase Jackson. Number 42.
3-0 Jackson State. Jace Jackson at the plate. Pitch strike called. 0-1 the count. Runners on at second and third. 3-0 JSU. Here's the 0-1. This is outside. 1-1 the count. 1 hit, 1 error, stolen bases, batter hit. 1-1 the count. Pitch to Jackson. Going inside, 2-1. SWAC softball tournament coming up in about a month. You can catch it all on SWAC television. There'll be wall-to-wall coverage of the SWAC softball tournament. 2-1 the count. Braves baseball today at Ole Miss. This pitch misses outside. 3-1 the count. Here's the 3-1 pitch coming up. And it's inside, ball 4. And again, it's the issues that plagued us in the Grambling game.
Now batting for the Tigers.
Here
left
against
fielder,
Jackson
number 12,
State.
Deja Allen. Allen.
An error
number 12.
and a grand total of 3 walks. 2 batters hit. Allen fouls it straight back. 0-1 the count. Three runs on a hit. Here's the 0-1. The chopper right back to the pitcher Felton, and the throw right there. Side is retired. So Jackson gets a run on an infield single, a run on a hit, and 2 stranded.
1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 3 left on.
So Jackson State,
your score, Jackson State 3.
with a 3-0 lead, they've left 4 runners on base. Lady Braves will have Thompson, McBride, and Ollison coming up 4, 5, and 6 on the other side of this timeout here on the Braves Sports Network.
I don't know. Let's go. What you know about me? What you know about
To the bottom of the second, catcher number 4, Paris Thompson.
Paris Thompson at the plate for the Lady Braves. Thompson hitting .289 with 3 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Thompson, a base hit down the left field line. Going up swinging. And Thompson, the first hit for the Lady Braves, a single to left. And bring up Rajayla McBride, the freshman, hitting .328.
McBride, number 11.
McBride at the plate. Let's see how the Lady Braves play it. The pitch, strike call on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. 3-0, Lady Braves trail here in the bottom of the second inning to Jackson State. The beautiful campus of Alcorn State University. Here's the 0-1. Bunt, Victor Fields, and the throw is too late. Bunt single for McBride.
third time's the charm?
The batter for Alcorn, first baseman number 3, Kiara Olison. Olison, number 3.
Kiara Olison, the junior, hitting .259 with a home run, 6 runs batted in. So the Lady Braves, 2 singles, a bunt single by McBride. Paris Thompson with a single to left. Olison hitting .259 with a home run, 6 runs batted in. A sacrifice situation here. Let's see if that's how the Lady Braves play it. They'll try to lay it down and bunts it foul off to the right side. Jackson State coached by Kevin Shaky Montgomery, who was the head softball coach here. His assistant was Raquel Thompson, who runs a softball complex in Irondale, Alabama. That was the former home of the SWAC softball tournament. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. A long fly ball in the deep left field. This ball is well hit. It's off the wall. 1 run is in. Runner to third. And a good piece of hitting by Allison, an RBI double. Scoring Paris Thompson, and it's 3-1. A line shot off the left field wall. Oh, the Lady Braves on the board, an opportunity to tie it here.
Now batting for the Braves. Shortstop,
First three have
number
reached
7,
base. Olivia Miller, the junior, hitting 276
number 7.
with 2 home runs, 13 runs batted in. So the Lady Braves fighting here. Base hit could tie it up, down 3-1. Lady Braves about hit Jackson State 3-1. They trail 3-1. Here's a bunt foul. And the speed of Miller. Boy, if that stayed fair, she definitely would have beat it out. 0-1 the count. A base hit by Thompson, a bunt single by McBride, an RBI double off the wall by Allison. Lady Braves on the board, 3-1. 0-1 the count to Miller. The pitch. There's a long fly ball, deep left field, and this ball is going to land foul. Oh, it's a home run. It's a home run. It is a home run down the left field line. Olivia Miller with a 3-run home run. And the Lady Braves with the lead, 4-3. That ball was well hit down the left field line. Dwayne Thomas, home plate umpire, rules it a home run, and the Lady Braves have the lead. Well, she put a charge into that one. 4-3 Alcorn here in the second inning.
Now batting for the Braves, right fielder number 23, Mariah Morgan.
Mariah Morgan with 3 home runs at the plate. Olivia Miller, her 3rd home run of the season. RBIs 14, 15, and 16. 4-3 Lady Braves with the lead. Here's the pitch, low ball 1. Oh, Madison McDowell, the senior. 3-2 coming in. And the Lady Braves with a 4-run second inning, leading 4-3. The pitch, going inside. 2-0 the count. Time called as Jackson, the third baseman, just trying to settle down McDowell. Lady Braves 4, Jackson State 3. Bottom 2. Here's the 2-0. This is outside, 3-0. 3-0 the count. Four, 3 Alcorn. The pitch, strike called. Three and 1 the count. Here's a shot in a shallow left center, and it's a base hit.
Sailor Red.
Lady Braves inning continues.
Now batting for the Braves, the pitcher, number 18, Elena Felton. Felton, number 18.
Felton at the plate, 4-3 Alcorn. Felton takes a pitch low, ball 1. So right now for the Lady Braves, 4 runs, 5 hits. 4-3 here in the second inning. The pitch, strike call, 1-1. 1-1 the count here in the bottom of the second inning. I was talking with Brianna Billy before the game, and she said that there have been flashes of good things from this team despite the record, despite what hasn't happened. Morgan's 3-run home run. The Lady Braves on top, 4-3. The count is 2-1. 2-1 the count. Runner at first. The pitch. Low it outside. 3-1 the count. 3-1 the count here in this bottom two. Lady Braves 4, Jackson State 3. Here's the 3-1. Misses, and the Lady Braves have 2 on.
It's Medusa, isn't it?
So 6 straight have reached base. Kevin Montgomery looks down at the bullpen. It's a bullpen visit as the bullpen is busy. So we'll take a break here. Bottom of the second inning. Lady Braves with a 4-3 lead here over Jackson State. We'll be right back after this on the Braves Sports Network.
Now batting for Alcorn, designated player number 2, Carmen Bernard. Bernard, number 2.
Carmen Bernard at the plate, squaring the bunt, and bunts it straight back. Baseball games involving SWAC teams. Alabama A&M over Tuskegee 13-8. Valiant, Louisiana Monroe, ULM just underway. Top 1. Alcorn and Ole Miss at 7:30. McNeese and Grambling, UAPB Central Arkansas. Bethune-Cookman, LSU. That's going to be a good one in Baton Rouge. A pitch is inside. Of course, Braves baseball traditionally in the past had been playing at the box. Enjoy that trip down there. Bethune-Cookman's playing at LSU tonight. 1-1 the count. Here's a swing and a miss. Count is 1-2. Baseball race is always interesting. Once you get to the tournament, just you never know. 1-2 the count. See if the Braves can keep this inning going. Kevin Montgomery with a mound visit. 4-3 Alcorn. Here's the 1-2. There's a fly ball in the shallow right. It's going to drop for a base hit. And everybody is safe and the bases are loaded.
Juke from the booth, you heard?
Now batting, second baseman number 24, Sanai Salvin. Salvin, number 24.
Sanai Salvin flying right her last time up. Bases loaded. Time called. Eight straight have reached base for the Lady Braves, and they're up 4-3 and a great opportunity to add to the lead. The pitch, strike called. 0-1 the count. Bases loaded here in the second inning. 4-3 Lady Braves on 6 hits. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Stay up to date with everything Alcorn Athletics by checking out the Braves on social media. Give Alcorn State U a like on Facebook and follow the Braves on X at Braves Sports and Instagram at Alcorn Sports. 0-2 the count. 4-3 Lady Braves. Here's the 0-2. This is outside, 1-2. 1-2 the count. 4-3 Lady Braves. Can they add to it? Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. First out in the inning. Bases remain loaded. Bring up Acevedo.
Left fielder, the right, Yadiah Acevedo.
Acevedo grounded to second her last time up. 4-3 Lady Braves with the lead. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Foul straight back, 0-1 the count. Addison McDowell. 4th start of the season. 0-1 the count. 4-3 Lady Braves, bottom 2. As the sun starts to set, I'm sure the lights will be on here as we roll along. Here's the 0-1. Low. Second year, the Lady Braves got some fairly new lights here. Baseball, brand new lights at Willie Rapp McGowan Stadium, Bill Foster Field. Count is 1-1. Foul off to the left side, 1-2. Bases loaded, 1 out. 4 runs in for Alcorn. 4 runs, 5 hits. Here's the pitch. When it hit her. It hit Acevedo. Run is in. That makes it 5-3. Bases loaded, HBP. And Kevin Montgomery's going to challenge whether or not there was an effort to get out of the way. You got to make an effort to get out of the way of it and then see if the umpires see something differently. So the play stands and it's 5-3.
Now batting, catcher number 4, Paris Thompson.
Paris Thompson at the plate.
Number 4.
5-3. Thompson single. Second time she's been up to bat in this inning. She started the inning with a single. Bases loaded, 5-3. 5 runs, 6 hits. Pitch to Thompson. Misses outside. 1-0 the count. Acevedo was at first. Bernard at second. Dalton at third. 5-3. Lady Braves really would like to get a couple of runs in here. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball, foul down the left side. 1-1 the count. Second week of May will be down the Gulfport Sportsplex for the 2026 SWAC softball tournament as Jackson State will try to win their 3rd tournament in a row. But Prairie View's playing well. Florida A&M's right on Jackson State's heels. 1-1 the count. The pitch. High fly ball in the deep right center field. This ball's well hit and it's caught in deep center. Runner's tag, RBI, sac fly for Thompson. Scoring Acevedo. The Lady Braves add to their lead. Scoring Felton. 6-3.
Now batting for the Braves, center fielder number 11, Rashayla McBride. McBride, number 11.
So runners on at second and third, 6-3. Lady Braves with the lead, a 6-run inning. Pitch is low, ball 1. Six runs, 6 hits in this inning for Alcorn. Here's the 1-0. Bunt popped up, caught. Trying to lay it down. Popped it up. And the pitcher
The Braves,
went
at the bottom
down.
of the second, they scored 6 runs on 6 hits. There were no errors and 2 left on.
The Lady Braves
After 2
get
innings,
6.
your new
6
score,
runs,
Alcorn
6 hits.
Jackson State 3.
And they strand 2. There have been 6 runners stranded in this game. Lady Braves with a 6-3 lead. Jackson State will have the middle of the lineup coming up after this timeout here on the Braves Sports Network.
Look, the DJ about to play my so why me go dumb? Got it, mom, lit, got it, mom, lit, and I've been going in, got it, mom, fresh new feet, and you can watch my kicks. All on me like flies on shoes. Got a man, he be on some. My cup keep that Henny, pour some lean in the mix. I'm smoking hella badges, kush weed in the mix. The DJ turn me up when he play my.
Leading off the top of the third for the Tigers, designated player number 24, Summer Ties. Ties, number 24.
Summer Ties at the plate. 6-3 Lady Braves. This pitch strike called. And for Alcorn, Alana Felton just has to throw strikes. But you don't want the walks, you don't want the HBPs, and you don't want the errors. Jackson State with 3 runs on 1 hit. Here's the pitch. Inside, 1-1. Just put the ball in play. Make your defense work. That's what's important here. As the Lady Braves are up 6-3 here on Jackson State. Top of the third inning. Here's the 1-1. Chopper to short on 2 hops. The quick throw across is there. Solid throw by Miller, who had the 3-run home run. 1 away.
Now batting for Jackson State, first baseman number 11, Nikayla Williams.
Kayla Williams
number
grounded to short her last time up. 6-3 Lady Braves. The pitch. This is outside. Ball 1. Lana Felton looking for her 4th win of the season, her 24th appearance, her 12th start of the season. Here's the 1-0. Oh, and that hit her right in on her. And that's the third batter that Felton has hit. They're going to check on Williams to see if she's okay, just to make sure. I mean, there's nothing painless about getting hit with a fastball or getting hit at all. Nothing painless about it. It's painful. Kevin Montgomery will come out just to make sure as well. And Kevin Montgomery is having a word with Williams. It looks like she's okay, and now there's some words going on here in the first base umpire.
Now batting for the Tigers, center fielder number 7, Courtney Little.
Oh, something
Little,
that
number
Kevin
7.
Montgomery said that kind of, I don't know, he just got a kind of different reaction than what you would expect. But all right, we're back to action. Williams at the plate. The pitch. Check swing, strike called. A win here today would go a long way for the Lady Braves, build some momentum. You got Texas Southern coming in. You know, a chance to get yourself right back in the race. You got makeup games with teams that are ahead of you in the standings, like UAPB, like Grambling. So you win the day, you win the series against UAPB, and now you got something to build on. Baseball will be on the road. They'll be in Texas this weekend. Softball here. It is a wild pitch. And Williams the second. And I think the Lady Braves over the last couple of years, and this is the second year for Brianna Billy, just trying to build some momentum. Last year, the Lady Braves got off to a slow start, played well in the second half of the season, but just was out of the race. This is off speed, this is outside. And as we forward here, you just have a few weeks left. The regular season officially ends the 25th of March, but then the last week is designed for makeup games. 2-2 the count, the pitch, a ground ball to second, runner to third, and the throw is there as Courtney Williams, ground ball, moves Kayla Williams to third. She's there with one out.
Now batting with the Tigers, catcher number 22, Isabella Rivera.
Isabella Rivera, the freshman. Rivera struck out her last time up. Runner at third. 2 out. Here's a base hit into right center field. This ball's all the way to the wall. It's 6-4 Lady Braves. Extra bases for Rivera. Stand-up double, and Jackson State gets a run. RBI double for Rivera. Scores Kayla Williams, and it's 6-4.
The batter for Jackson State, shortstop number 3, Aliza Gomez.
Rivera with her 6th RBI of the season. 6-4 Lady Braves. Let's see, a Gomez at the plate. She goes up there swinging and fouls it off. Lady Braves 6, Jackson State 4, top of the third inning. Jackson State has scored runs in every inning, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 here in the third. 6-4, Lady Braves with the lead. Here's the pitch, a ground ball at the end of the bat, foul down the right side. Count is 0-2. Braves baseball later at Ole Miss. 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. And the side is retired. Jackson State a run on a hit, a wild pitch. Batter hit, one left. Jackson has left 5 runners on base. Lady Braves come to bat here in the bottom of the third inning, up 6-4 with Allison, Miller, and Morgan coming up after this timeout on the Braves Sports Network.
The ladies gon' feel me. The fellas in the back, and they twisting up a belly. Get silly, 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 get dance close silly. The ladies gon' feel me. The fellas in the back, and they twisting up a belly. The dance close silly. The ladies gon' feel me. The fellas in the back, and they twisting up a belly. My chain too silly, my wrist too silly. The girls throw me fish, cause my rims big willy. My ride too silly, I ride too silly. With poor fantastic, cause I got a dilly. Cause now I'm worth a million. Forget a rubber band, cause you can't put a rubber band around a billy. I be wildin' on an island somewhere just like Dilla. Drilling pool like a dance, and then I feel a I bop, bop, bop. I'm the man, girlfriend. I'm the reason why you wanna lose your man, girlfriend. I'm calm like the sea, I'm blow like the wind. And now that I'm straight, I'm about to act a fool again. Get silly, get silly, get silly, get silly, get silly.
Lady Braves come up in the bottom of the third inning.
Bottom of the third, leading it off for the Braves.
Allison at the plate, RBI double, made it 3-1.
First baseman Kiara Olison, number 3.
Olison stands in. It's the third meeting between these two teams this season. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. This first meeting back on February the 7th in Jackson. The Lady Braves lost 15-5. Second meeting in Montgomery. The tournament in Montgomery, February 21st. Lady Braves lost 5-3. This is fouled straight back. Purple and gold football game. There'll be a lot going on campus. 2 o'clock on Saturday. Of course, we'll hear from head coach Cedric Thomas at 4 o'clock on Thursday. The Cedric Thomas program, the spring edition. Pitches inside. Talk about how the spring is going from, I've been told the defense, working through a lot of stuff offensively, has looked pretty strong. Jalen Tolbert slinging it around. 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Bottom of the third inning from Lady Braves softball complex. 6-4. Lady Braves 6-run second inning. 2-2 the count. Long fly ball, hooked foul. Count remains 2-2. Two and two here in this bottom 3. Windy day, good day for softball. Looks like the weather's going to be fine the rest of the week. Here's the 2-2, just pokes it in the right for a base hit. Little excuse me swing. And a base hit. Listen, second inning in a row. The leadoff has been on. It'll bring up Olivia Miller, a 3-run home run, giving the Lady Braves the lead.
Miller, number 7.
Olivia Miller, her 3rd home run of the year, deep left field. Pitch to Miller, squaring the bunt, lays it down. Catcher field is a fair ball, and everybody is safe. A bunt single for Miller, so she's showing some skills. The long ball and the small ball. Bunt single. The Lady Braves have 2 on.
Now batting right fielder number 23, Mariah Morgan. Morgan, number 23.
Time called as the infielders huddle up. So the Lady Braves, something cooking here in the 3rd. 2 on and none out. Magnolia Bluffs Casino is a proud sponsor of Alcorn State University. Located just down the road in Natchez, Magnolia Bluffs Casino offers world-class gaming, exciting action, and exceptional dining experiences. Whether you're celebrating a Braves victory or enjoying a night out, Magnolia Bluffs is your premier destination for fun and excitement. The Lady Braves are having fun, and they're excited here as they have a 6-4 lead and have 2 on and none out. Here's the pitch, up and in. Let's see if we can keep the fun and excitement going here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0 the count. 6-4, Alcorn. Here's the 1-0. Strike call, 1-1. About a month away from the 2026 SWAC softball tournament. You can catch all the action on SWAC television. Wall-to-wall coverage will start with 8. Somebody will be crowned a champion. The storyline, Jackson State looking for the 3rd straight SWAC tournament championship. Here's the 1-1. Popped up. Foul and out of play, and the count is 1-2. They had something in Pine Bluff. Any foul ball retrieved, you get assigned a poster of the baseball team. That's what they had at Pine Bluff. Yeah. 1-2 the count. That's what they had. Here's a 1-2. Rolled to the catcher. Didn't see it. Wild pitch. Runners move up. So a wild pitch, and Allison the third, Miller the second. So second and third. 2-2 the count. Lady Braves, an opportunity to add to their lead here. 6-4, 6 runs on 8 hits. Here's a 2-2, high fly ball in the deep right center field. This ball should drive home a run. Caught in right center, and a sac fly and an RBI for Morgan. The Lady Braves with a 7-4 lead.
The batter for the Braves, pitcher number 18, Elena Felton. Felton, number 18.
Well, Lady Braves was a good job at the plate, just moving runners along, using some speed. Sac fly there. 7-4 Alcorn, 7 runs, 8 hits. Have out hit Jackson State 8-2. Felton walked her last time up. Here's a ground ball in the hole, off of short. Run stays at third. He already committed to third. Base hit. So it was deep enough in the hole, probably would have beat it out anyway. So a single. 9th hit for the Lady Braves.
Designated player number 2, Carmen Bernard.
Back to the top of the lineup, Carmen Bernard. 1-for-2. Flied to left and singled. 7-4 Lady Braves. 1 out. Runners on at first and third. Pitch to Bernard, just slaps at it, foul off to the right side. The last game the Lady Braves played against Grambling was a 10-10 game. That'll have to be resumed. So 10 runs against Grambling, 7 runs here through the first 2 1/3 innings. 0-1 the count. 7-4 Alcorn. The pitch. Trying to bunt. Pitcher fields. Throw to first out there. And the runner coming home scores. Well, good speed. And it's 8-4. Lady Braves with the lead.
Now batting second baseman number 24, Sinai Salvant.
Sinai Salvant 0-for-2. Time called is Kevin Montgomery will come out. And he's going to talk with the first base umpire. And Kevin Montgomery, pretty animated conversation here. Plate umpire, the first base umpire, most of the talking here. And I know this is not how Kevin Montgomery envisioned this one to go so far. Well, this is Kevin Montgomery for you. He is gonna do everything in his power to throw your rhythm off. When you're around Kevin Montgomery, you better be on your toes. And I say that in the most respectful way possible. Shaky keeps it going. 8-4. Here's the pitch. Strike call. I mean, all you got to do is go back to the SWAC softball tournament. Challenging a runner leaving early when he's had 2 of those runners, 2 of his runners leaving early, and then he wins the championship on a Florida A&M runner leaving first early. I was talking to him about that before the game, by the way. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Chopper, it is foul down the third base line. Foul ball. It's a foul ball. Plate umpire says it's a foul ball. 0-2 the count. he was saying that he was not even concerned about the runner leaving early. He was more focused on the X's and O's and the pitch count and trying to get a strikeout. He says it was fans that kind of encouraged him to challenge that play. Here's a fly ball foul off to the right side. Interesting that he would reveal that. But if you followed it, you have to say that it's something that he's lost two of his runners in that game while leaving early off of first base. You would think it would be on his mind, but he said he wasn't even thinking about that. He was encouraged to challenge that particular play, and it paid off. There was 2 out in the inning. They had the lead. They won the game, and they won the championship. 0-2 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Side is retired. A frustrated Salvat strikes out for the second time. But the Lady Braves, 3 hits, 2 runs. Lady Braves strand their third runner. 3 complete here at Lady Braves Softball Complex. We'll be right back here on Friday, a doubleheader against Texas Southern. 8-4 Lady Braves. Top of the 4th inning coming up, top of the lineup coming up for Jackson State after this timeout on the Braves Sports Network.
Fans want to remind you this weekend series has been moved to a doubleheader on Friday, 1 game Saturday. Doubleheader Friday, 1 game Saturday. Leading off for the Tigers at the top of the 4th, right fielder, number 8, Kennedy. Kennedy, number 8.
All right, we welcome you back to Lady Braves Softball Complex. 8-4, 8 runs, 9 hits for the Lady Braves. They've out-hit Jackson State 9-2, but they lead 8-4. Top of the lineup for Jackson State here in the 4th inning. Kennedy, the freshman, 1 for 2, an infield single, stole the base her last time up. 8-4 Alcorn. Pitch from Felton. This is outside, 2-0 the count. Top of the 4th inning. This game started at 4:56, a few minutes early. 2-0 the count. Here's the 2-0. Inside, 3-0 the count. 3-0 the count. Here's the pitch inside. 3-1 the count. Top of the 4th inning. Man, this will be a big win to get if the Lady Braves can get it. Here's the 3-1. Inside, ball 4, and the leadoff is on for Jackson State. Kind of saw that in the baseball series. The last 2 games with Pine Bluff,
Now batting for Jackson
the leadoff
State,
got on
second
every
baseman,
inning.
Zariah Keys.
Zariah Keys at the
Number
plate.
6.
8-4. See if the Lady Braves can turn a double play here. They're in at 1st and 3rd. This pitch is outside, ball 1. Four walks issued. 3 have been hit. 1-0 the count. Time call as the infielders huddle up. 8-4, Lady Braves, top of the 4th inning. Braves baseball at Ole Miss tonight. And they'll be on the road this weekend. Runner going, pitches low, and the throw too late. A stolen base for Kennedy. That's her second stolen base. Kennedy with 7 stolen bases on the season. Count is 2-0. 8-4. Lady Braves with the lead. 2-0 the count. The pitch. Up and in. 3-0. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle. 3-1 the count. Dwayne Thomas, the home plate umpire. Mario Belton at first. 3-1 the count. Leadoff walk to the leadoff Kennedy, and she stole second. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4 and another walk. The top 3 in the lineup have walked 5 times. Brianna Billy coming out. And time called. And we'll take a break here. 2 on, none out here in the 4th. Lady Braves 8, Jackson State 4. We'll be right back after this timeout here on the Braves Sports Network. Two and 0 the count. Jackson State, the first 2 runners on, ground ball to second. Well, funny hop, good recovery in the throw, moving the runners to first and third. Well, it took a funky hop on Salva. She stayed with it and threw out Jackson, but moved the runners to first and third.
Allen, number 12.
So Jackson State now with runners on at second and third. It's pitch strike called, 0-1 the count. Lady Braves up 8-4, but Jackson can get a couple in here. Here's a ground ball to the pitcher, and the throw to first, and the throw home is too late, and a run is in. 8-5. So Jackson gets a run, and it's 8-5.
Now batting, designated player number 24, Summer Ties. Ties, number 24.
So Jackson State within 3. And Summer Ties at the plate for Jackson State. One and 0 the count. This pitch is low, 2-0. Two and 0 the count here in this top 4. Here's the 2-0 chopper in the hole. Backhanded it short, and the throw across is there. Good, strong throw from Miller, and the side is retired.
Scored 1 run. There were no hits, no errors.
No hits, 1 left. Jackson has left 6,
Jackson State 5.
and the Lady Braves hanging on to a 3-run lead. Top of the lineup coming up here. Acevedo, Thompson, and McBride. 3, 4, and 5 coming up after this on the Braves Sports Network.
Ocho, let's move. Yeah. If I don't do nothing, I'm about. I'm counting all day like the clock on the wall. Now go and get your money, little duffel bag boy. Say go and get your money, little duffel bag boy. Get money. I ain't never ran from money, and I damn sure ain't about to.
Bottom of the 4th inning coming up. It looks like Kevin Montgomery is going to make some changes here. 8-5. Lady Braves have out-hit Jackson State 9-2. But the walks, the errors, and the hit batsmen have been the story. Kevin Montgomery doing whatever he can to put the best lineup out there. And again, this is vintage Kevin Montgomery. And he's been talking about this game for the last week and change. All right, some changes here.
Defensive substitutions for Jackson State. Now at first base, number 17, Mia Almaraz. Almaraz is now at first base. Also checking in defensively, number 4, Jordan Dyer. Dyer now in the game, moving from left field to center field, number 12, Allen.
3 changes for Jackson State. Bottom of the 4th inning. Brianna Billy wants to make sure she's aware of those changes.
Leading off for the Braves, number 8, left fielder, Yanaya Acevedo. Acevedo, number 8.
Acevedo hit by a pitch, grounded to second. 8-5. Alcorn. Lady Braves got to keep the runs coming. Here's the pitch, high and outside, ball 1. 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup for Alcorn. 5 runs, 2 hits for Jackson. 8, 9, and 1. 8 runs, 9 hits. There's a fly ball to second. 1 away. Paris Thompson, a sac fly and singled. Her sac fly made it 6-3.
Paris Thompson. Thompson, number 4.
Base is empty, 1 out. 8-5, Alcorn. Pitch to Thompson. Fly ball in the infield. Go away. McBride at the plate.
Jay, you ate this one.
Now batting for Alcorn, center fielder number 11, Regela McBride. McBride, number 11.
So McBride at the plate. His pitch, strike called. 1-1 the count. Bottom of the fourth inning. 8-5, Lady Braves. They scored 6 in the second, 2 in the third. Jackson scored runs in every inning, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, third, and fourth. There's a fly ball right center. Caught at second. Side is retired. We go to the fifth inning. 8-5 Alcorn. We'll take a break here on the Braves Sports Network.
Jackson State 5.
My lifestyle. Living life like a beginning. This is only beginning. I'm on the top of the mountain, puffing on clouds, still beginning. $1,000,005 on the Visa card. 100 bands, stolen lots of ties. Serving great white like I'm feeding sharks. I won't do nothing with the can't even get me high. Something wrong with the even though I ain't gonna need it.
Leading off for Jackson State, first baseman number 17, Mia Almaraz. Almaraz, number 17.
Jackson State up in the fifth inning. Mia Almaraz at the plate for JSU. Pitch strike called. Count is 1-1 here in this fifth inning. Almaraz ground ball too short. Miller with a nice play. Miller with a 3-run home run has made a nice play or two in the shortstop position.
Now batting left fielder number 4, Jordan Dyer. Dyer, number 4.
Jordan Dyer at the plate for Jackson State. This pitch hitter. Well, those really hurt. Jordan Dyer hit by a pitch. Jordan Dyer, the sophomore from Los Angeles. Now we got a pinch hitter, Ariah Hill, the junior from Fort Pierce, Florida, at the plate.
Pinch hitting for the Tigers, number 2, Ariah Hill. Hill, pinch hitting for the Tigers.
Hill hitting .444. 29th at bat of the season. A home run and 7 runs batted in. Top of the fifth inning, Lady Braves with an 8-5 lead. Pitch is low, ball 1 from Felton. They've had 2 visits to the mound. Trying to settle in Felton. Jackson State with only 2 hits. I mean, you look at it, they've got 5 runs, but only a couple of hits. The walks and the HBPs of the story. Here's a bunt straight back. Count is 1-1. Lady Braves will host Texas Southern this weekend. Doubleheader Friday at 2 and 4. Single game Saturday. 1-1 the count. 1 out. Runner at first. The pitch. Low. 2-1. Two and 1 the count. Jackson State 18 and 15, 10 and 3 in conference. Here's the 2-1. Chopper back to the pitcher. Should be 2. Throws a short for 1 over the first. Too late. And the 1-6 fielder's choice. And it'll bring up Gomez, who's 0 for 2.
Now batting for the Tigers, shortstop number 3, Alisa Gomez. Gomez, number 3.
Jackson State will head to Bethune-Cookman this weekend. It's a long trip to Daytona for Jackson State. This pitch strike called. 0-1 the count. Then they'll come home and play Alabama A&M. And then they'll head to Tallahassee. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and the throw over. And Saints there. A stolen base. So Jackson State will end the regular season in Tallahassee against Florida A&M. 0-2 the count. The pitch. Off speed, a fly ball in the center. It's going to be caught in center, and the side is retired. Jackson State strands their 7th runner. We'll take a break here. Bottom of the 5th inning, 8-5. Lady Braves with the lead. 6, 7, and 8. Allison, Miller, Morgan coming up after this on the Braves Sports Network.
Two-tone AP, I'm bust. Got that from her, ain't even wanna why? Bye. Don't me say thing revive. Tell him, bro, shit. Dog, he ain't Kim, dog, he ain't even try. Still up at my last room, dice in the hood. Take who say no, not good. Probably in some fast with a Glock in the hood. Of course, that takes well a walk on the wood. First turn from the hood, they curious. Spoiled, about 5 and jury. I get the comments with number this period. I got your B on one, put on the mirrors. First young in the A2 now, run a 14 mil, started 14 grams. Little boy Diggies and diamonds and Tim. You shouldn't play with that boy, he is not one of them. Bro, I kept taking L's, finally got me an M. Still making double, I'm calm when I spin. That's 550 2018. Gotta come 20 if you want in the Benz. Young turn from the D to the A. I'm rocking with the Lions. Yeah, I'm rocking with the Braves. Yeah, we pay. Yeah, we pay. I'ma turn up a little more this time. You should jump back in, now I got it on dry. I had a spot like a varsity. Whether you have you got 20, I felt what you got. I put on trip, I believe I can fly it. Know that I'm rich, but they know not to try. I had a show in Detroit and I...
No pitcher in the game. Brooklyn Morris.
State number 10, Brooklyn Morris.
Brooklyn Morris.
Morris now pitching for the Tigers. Also into the contest, number 19, Christina Carlson. Carlson, number 19.
Carlson in and Morris at the plate.
Leading off for the Braves, number 3, Kiara Olison. Olison, number 3.
Olison, double and single. There she stands in. 8-5. Lady Braves with the lead as they turn the lights on here. Bottom of the 5th inning. The Lady Braves have out-hit Jackson State 9-2. 5 runs, 2 hits for Jackson State. The Lady Braves have hit the ball well. 3-run home run by Miller. Here's the pitch. Taking it the other way. A fly ball in the right. 1 pitch, 1 out. And it'll bring up right now the difference in this game. A 3-run home run by Olivia Miller.
Shortstop number 7, Olivia Miller. Miller, number 7.
Miller, a bunt single and a home run. Pitch to Miller. She bunts again. Pitcher fields, and the throw is too late. She double clutched. Couldn't get the ball out of her glove, and Morris, the throw was too late. Miller on base for the third time. She's 3 for 3.
Now batting for Alcorn, right field,
2 bunt singles.
Mariah Morgan. Morgan, number 23.
Bottom of the lineup for the Lady Braves. Morgan single and a sac fly to make it 7 to 4. One on, one out. Here's the pitch. Strike called. 0-1 the count. On 1 the count, 1 out. The 0-1 popped up down the right side. And be caught in right, 2 out.
Sailor Red.
Now batting, pitcher number 18.
Lena Felton.
Felton.
Felton on base twice.
Felton, number 18.
Single and a walk. Jackson State will have the top of the lineup coming up in the 6th inning. 2 out. Bases empty. Here's the pitch. This is outside, ball 1. 1-0. Bottom of the 5th inning. 8-5. Lady Braves with the lead. Here's the 1-0. Foul off to the left side. 0-2. But 1-1 the count. One and one the count. Bottom of the 5th inning. Yeah, if the Lady Braves win this game, I think it'll be a heck of a momentum boost for them. Morale, if anything. Here's a swing and a miss. 1-2. And the runner took off for second and couldn't handle the ball getting back to the pitching mound. Allows for an extra bag. And Kevin Montgomery coming out, not happy with what he's seeing right there. One and two the count. Here's the 1-2. Foul, straight back. Montgomery calls out the pitches, the pitch sequence. Count remains 1-2. 6-run second inning, the difference, as well as a 3-run home run by Olivia Miller. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball, foul. Count remains 1-2. 1-2 the count. One and two the count here in this bottom 5. The pitch. Oh, he's getting some good cuts. Fouling out to the left side. Count remains 1-2. The 1-2. Off the end of the bat, fouled it off. Good crowds turned out here this Tuesday night. Count is 1-2. Bottom of the 5th inning. Long fly ball, deep left field. This ball's well hit, and it is a home run.
Home run. That's a Felton home run. That's an all-born 2-1 home.
Lena Felton, a 2-run home run. Over the left field fence. And the Lady Braves are up 10-5. 2 home runs, Miller and Felton. Going deep.
Derogatory comments or expletives towards student athletes or coaches.
Lady Braves with a 10-5 lead.
Here from the complex, derogatory comments or expletives towards coaches or student athletes are not permitted at any time.
10-5 ASU here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now batting, number 2.
Boy, seeing some power from the Lady Braves here this midweek. Playing Jackson State for the 3rd time this season. 10-5, Lady Braves. 2 out, bases empty. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. Carmen Bernard, 1 for 3. Fly to left, single, her ground ball. Back to the pitcher, drove home a run. This pitch misses outside. 10 runs, 11 hits. All corners out hit Jackson State 11-2 and lead 10-5. 2-0 the count. There's a ground ball up the middle, and it's a near base hit, infield single anyway. Play it short. I was going to dribble through. And Bernard a single. She's on base for the 2nd time. She's 2 for 4. For the Lady Braves, Adriana
Ladies
Ruffin.
and gentlemen, your attention please. Pinch hitting for the Braves. Pinch hitting, number 13, Adriana Ruffin.
Adriana Ruffin
Pinch hitting for Alcorn.
at the plate. Adriana Ruffin, the 5'1 junior, pre-nursing major from Meridian, Mississippi. 10-5, Lady Braves with the lead. Pitch to Ruffin. Strike called. Ruffin hitting .091, 23rd at bat of the season with 2 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1. Pitch misses outside. One and one the count. 10-5, Lady Braves. The 1-1, ground ball to short, and stepping on the bag. Short side is retired. But the Lady Braves get a couple. 2-run home run by Felton.
Alcorn in the bottom of the 5th.
Lady Braves 10, Jackson State 5. Top of the lineup for JSU coming up here on the Braves Sports Network.
Jackson State 5. in the top of the sixth, leading it off for the Tigers, right fielder number 8. Then you got Kennedy. Kennedy, number 8.
Lady Braves with a 10-5 lead. Kennedy at the plate. One the count. Felton going all the way. Ground ball, through the legs of the shortstop. Miller right through the wickets. An error. Kennedy on base for the third time. Reached on an air, walked, and singled. Uriah Keys. That went right between the legs of Miller, who's made a couple of dazzling plays in the field. His pitch strike called. Keys has been on base 3 times, an error and 2 walks. The top of the lineup, the top 3. Been on base 8 times. 0-1 the count. Lady Braves 10. Jackson State 5. Lady Braves looking for their 13th win of the season. And again, a heck of a springboard, I think, for a big weekend series with Texas Southern's got some business to finish with UAPB. Got to finish the Grambling game. Here's a pitch runner going. Strike called, and the throw is offline. A stolen base. War Kennedy. She steals her 3rd base. She's been on base 3 times, has 3 stolen bases. 0-2 the count. Lights are on here at Lady Braves Softball Complex. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball backhanded at third. The throw across is there. It's all safe. The speed, Keys. Infield single. Runners on at first and third for Jackson State.
Now batting third baseman.
And Jace Jackson. Walked twice, grounded to short. And now you got a tricky situation here. She can sail it over the fence with one swing of the bat and tie it and make this a 2-run game. Don't want to give in to her. She's squaring here. Pitch is high, and the throw's cut off. And a stolen base for Keys. And now Jackson State is 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out here in this 6th inning. Count is 1-0. 10-5. Alcorn, but 2nd and 3rd, nobody out in the 6th for Jackson State. The pitch. This is outside. 2-0 the count. 5 runs, 3 hits for Jackson. Alcorn has out-hit Jackson State 12-3. There's the 2-0. Low. Between the legs of the catcher, no one can advance or score. 3-0. Nice baseball playing at Ole Miss tonight. About 45 minutes away from the first pitch. 3-0 the count. Strike call, 3-1. Top of the 6th inning. 10-5 Alcorn. Here's the 3-1. Inside, ball 4, and they're loaded up. A single, an error, and a walk. Bases loaded. Nobody out for Jackson State. Kevin Montgomery looks like there might be a pinch hitter. McLean will pinch hit. With the bases loaded. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Number 25, Evelina McLean.
Evelina McLean, the junior from Vancouver, British Columbia. Bases loaded for JSU. McLean hitting .237, 39th at bat. 10-5. Alcorn, bases loaded. Nobody out for Jackson State here in the 6th. The pitch. Strike call on the inside corner. 1-1 the count. Jackson State, Lady Braves meeting for the 3rd time. This pitch is inside, 1-1. Finals in baseball, A&M over Tuskegee, 14-8. ULM 4, Valley nothing, top of the 3rd inning. Top 1, Alcorn Ole Miss, just underway. Ole Miss ranked number 25 in the country. This pitch on the outside corner, 1-2. One and two the count. Kevin Montgomery thought it was low and outside. There's the 1-2. A base hit in the left field. The run is in. 2 runs are trying to score, and the throw is too late. 2 runs in. 2nd and 3rd for Jackson State, and it's 10-7. So an RBI single by McLean scores 2. And it's 10-7.
Now batting.
Nobody out. And does Kevin Montgomery pinch hit here, or does she a pinch runner coming up here? So Allen returns to the game.
Re-entry now at second base, running for the Tigers, number 12, Deja Allen.
So Allen back at second. Ties at the plate. 0 for 2 was hit by a pitch. Stole a base. 10-7, Lady Braves. 7 runs, 4 hits for Jackson State. Here's the pitch. Low and inside, ball 1. What's the pitch count on Felton? Where is she? 111 pitches. Got a team into the 6th inning. This pitch is high. 2-0. Much more does she have left? Well, you've got a lead. They get a base hit. They'll score 2. Could make it a 1-run game. 2-0 the count. The pitch. Right down the middle. 2-1. Jackson State has scored in 5 of the 6th innings. 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 2 here in the 6th. The 2-1. Low, 3-1. Three and 1 the count. Lady Braves with a 3-run lead, but the tying run at the plate. Strike called, full count. Full count, 3-2. Three-two pitch. Popped up, foul, and out of play off to the right side. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count. Ground ball to short. The throw to first is there. Run is in. So ground ball RBI at times makes it 10-8. Runner stays at second. First out of the inning.
First baseman, number 11, Michaela Williams.
So Williams hit by a pitch.
Williams, number 11.
And grounded to second. Now Alvarez at the plate.
Number 17, Mia Almaraz.
Almaraz at the plate. Her second at bat. She grounded to short her last time up. 1 out. Runner at second. 10-8. Alcorn. 0-1. Foul onto the left side. Count is 0-2. 0-2 the count with 1 out. On 2 pitch. Misses outside, 1-2. One and two, 1 out. Top of the 6th, Jackson with 3 in here in this 6th inning. Here's the 1-2. Just got a piece of it and fouled it straight back. Count remains 1-2. Ten to 8. Lady Braves trying to hang in here. 1 out in the inning. Here's the 1-2. Fly ball deep left field. This ball's going to be caught in left. Runner try to get to third. The throw. Oh, it's dropped at third. Well, it was a good relay in, but dropped at third. Runner to third. A little bit of bang play. Two out in the inning. Jordan Dyer, the sophomore, at the plate for Jackson State. Dyer was hit by a pitch. It's their second time up for Jackson State. You know, trying to check on Allen. Well, Dyer at the plate. 10 to 8. Lady Braves going to need some more runs. Time called. Lady Braves will have 3, 4, and 5 coming up in the bottom of the 6th inning. 10 to 8. Lady Braves with a 6-run second. The pitch inside. Jackson led 2-0. Then 3-0. Lady Braves led 6-3, then 6-4, then 8-4. 8-5, 10-5, and now 3-run 6 has made it 10 to 8. Here's the 1-0. Texas Southern 9-6 coming in. I mean, you got to finish a series with Grambling. You got to finish a series with Pine Bluff. Texas Southern comes here, so it's all in front of the Lady Braves, whether or not they want to make the tournament or not. The teams that they have to catch are right in front of them. They're coming up on the schedule. Count is full, 3-2. Prairie View, 11-1. Southern University, they've been red hot. They're 10-5. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Chopper to first. Side is retired. Had her played perfectly. And that'll send us to the bottom of the 6th inning. They get 3 runs in the 6th. And Jackson State has left runners on it in every inning. They've left 8. Lady Braves coming up, bottom of the 6th inning. 2-run lead, 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup coming up here on the Braves Sports Network.
Smoke me, who won't smoke me, who won't smoke me, I'm tryna the lungs up, they be like, no, don't put them guns up, yeah, say big brother, bring them guns out, wanna smoke, we get the spinning while the sun out, I ain't never lacking, I pump gas with my gun out, scream out what's happening to get the bus until it run out, all these niggas hiding like what they got, it ain't no fun out, 7-6 too big as hell, knocking them lungs out, 1, 2, 3, 4, kick your dope, get on the floor, 5, 6, 7, 8, don't make no noise, I eat your face, 9, 10, 11, we ain't gon' sit and then won't shake, I'ma kill 14, live 13, play, I think my Draco might be.
Leading off for the Braves in the bottom of the 6th, left fielder, number 8, Yanaya Acevedo. Acevedo, number 8.
Ocho, let's move.
Naya Acevedo hit by a pitch, fly to second, grounded to second. Fly ball in the shallow right. One pitch, one out. Well, after Jackson batted around, I was hoping that Acevedo would take a couple of pitches and slow this game down a little
Now
bit.
batting, number 4.
Paris
catcher
Thompson. Thompson singled, sack fly, made it 6-3 and fly to short. Ten to 8. Rise ball high, ball 1. Lady Braves with a 10-8 lead. Jackson 8 runs, 4 hits. Odd line score. You get 8 runs. You think you'd have more hits, but the HBPs, the walks, let's see, and the errors, that's accounted for Jackson's runs so far. The top 3 in the lineup have walked 6 times. 1-1 the count. Fly ball right side, and it's going to land out of play. Six walks issued to JSU players. 1-2 the count. Bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch. Fly ball in the right. And it's quickly 2 away.
Well, Jay, you ate this one.
Lot of money, I can have cash. Boy, flew back across the water with a pass.
Now batting for the Braves. Center fielder number 11, Rashema McBride.
McBride 0 for 3. Grounded to the pitcher. Well, 1 for 3. A bunt single. Grounded to the pitcher and fly to second. Right now, the long ball, the difference in this game. The pitch is low. 3-run home run by Olivia Miller. 2-run home run by Felton. 10-8. Alcorn with the lead. Jackson will have the bottom of the lineup coming up in the 7th. Pitch, rise ball, swing and a miss. Count is 1-1. The Lady Braves can hang on and get this win. I think it'll be a good foundation, a good momentum builder for a big weekend series with Texas Southern coming in here Friday and Saturday. Chance to get right back in the race. Top 4 make the tournament. There's a little flare into right. A diving catch in right. Side is retired. She has made some good plays in right field. 1, 2, 3 inning. And we go to the 7th inning.
Jackson State 8.
3 assists as well. We'll go to the 7th inning as the Lady Braves are up 10-8 at the bottom of the lineup. 8, 9, and 1 coming up for Jackson State here on the Braves Sports Network.
Batter for Jackson State, number 19, Christina Carlson.
We go to the 7th inning. Carlson will lead it off for Jackson State. Pitch to Carlson, strike called, and we are underway. Carlson at the plate. 10-8, Lady Braves with the lead here in this 7th inning. The pitch, low and inside. The count is 1-1. 1-1 the count here in the 7th. 10-8 our score. The 1-1. Chopper to first. It's on the bag. 1 away. Lady Braves are 2 outs away. 1 out. Hope to hear from head coach Brianna Billy after the ball game. Got a pinch hitter coming up for Jackson State.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Tigers. Number 1, Kalia Gibson. Gibson, pinch hitting.
Kalia
for
Gibson at the plate for JSU. Gibson, the junior from Fairfield, California. Pitch to Gibson, misses outside, ball 1. 1 out here in the 7th inning. Gibson hitting .439, or 83rd at bat. The 1-0 pitch, strike called, 1-1. Felton looking for a 4th win of the season. 3-6 coming in. 1-1 the count. Top of the 7th inning, the 1-1. Squares the bunt. Fouled. 1-2. Just trying to drag a bunt down the right side, fouling out of play. Long ball, the difference for the Lady Braves. The 6-run inning also was huge. 1-2 the count. 1 out, top of the 7th inning. Lady Braves with a 2-run lead, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 out.
Now batting for the Tigers, right fielder number 8,
Thenia Kennedy.
Kennedy.
At
Number
the
8.
plate for Jackson State. Lady Braves. One out away, a pitch foul off to the right side. Well, Jackson State head coach Kevin Montgomery called me last week in anticipation of this game. You're going to carry it, you're going to stream it. This was 8 days ago. 10-8, Lady Braves. The 0-1, low. Got one more big out to get, though. We've seen weird things happen, so got to finish this. 1-1 the count. Lady Braves have out-hit Jackson State 12-4. What's helped Jackson State, obviously, the walks, the 2 errors, and the HBP. The pitch. Strike call on the inside corner. Count is 1-2. Lady Braves will host Texas Southern doubleheader Friday. 2-4 will be here. Big series with TSU coming up. Here's the 1-2. Here's a shot to short. The throw across is there. Lady Braves get the win. 10-8. Olivia Miller. How fitting is it? A 3-run home run. Lady Braves get the win. Final score 10-8.
Score for the Tigers. They scored 8 runs on 4 hits.
2 hours and 8-minute game. Good ball game.
10 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors.
Lady Braves with a big win, maybe a momentum builder with Texas Southern coming in. You got some makeups with Grambling and UAPB. Lady Braves with an opportunity to make the tournament. Started here, and we get ready for Texas Southern coming up. We'll take a break here. 2-minute timeout. We'll hear from Brianna Billy here on the Braves Sports Network. Lady Braves with the win, 10-8. We'll be back after this on the Alcorn State University Braves Sports Network.